It started on a quiet autumn afternoon in Vermont. The leaves had turned shades of gold and crimson, but for Alina Brooks, the world still felt gray. 3 months had passed since her mother, Sarah, lost her battle with cancer, and the house she left behind felt more like a museum of memories than a home. Alina had been avoiding packing up her mom's belongings, but today she couldn't postpone it any longer. She put on her mother's old cardigan, the one that still faintly smelled of lavender, and began sorting through the attic. Tucked beneath a box of old Christmas decorations, she found a small wooden chest tied with a faded blue ribbon. Inside were dozens of handwritten letters, neatly stacked and yellowed by time. Each envelope bore the same name. To Adam. At first, Alina thought they were just old love notes from her father. But when she opened one, her heart skipped. My dearest Adam, I saw you again today. You looked happy, and that's enough for me. Her father's name wasn't Adam. The next letter confirmed it. I wish things had been different. But sometimes, love isn't meant to be lived, it's meant to be remembered. Who was Adam? Over the next few nights, Alina read every letter. Piece by piece, her mother's secret unfolded. Sarah had met Adam Carter in the early 1980s, back when she was a young artist in Boston. He was a musician, charming, free-spirited, the kind of man who made the world feel lighter. They fell in love fast, the way young hearts often do. They planned to travel the country together, chasing dreams and sunsets. But life got in the way. Sarah's father suffered a heart attack, and she stayed home to care for him. Adam left for Los Angeles, chasing his music career. Promises to write turned into silence, and silence turned into decades. Eventually, Sarah married someone else, Alina's father, and built a family. But in her quiet moments, she still wrote to Adam. Letters she never mailed. Letters she poured her soul into. Some letters were filled with longing. You would have loved Alina. She has your curiosity, your way of seeing beauty in everything. Others carried regret. I sometimes wonder, if I had gone with you, would my life have been louder, or emptier? And then came the final letter, dated just weeks before she passed. Dear Adam, I don't think I'll ever send these. Maybe love doesn't always need to arrive, maybe it just needs to exist. If someone finds these one day, I hope they understand, my greatest love wasn't the one I lost. It's the one I carried through my daughter. Alina sat there, tears streaming down her face. For the first time, she saw her mother not just as mom, but as a woman, with dreams, heartbreaks, and a love story she never spoke of. She felt a pull to find Adam. Not to reopen old wounds, but to close them properly. After weeks of searching through records, social media, and community pages, she found him, Adam Carter, now a retired music teacher living in Maine. When Alina finally met him, she was nervous. He was older, quiet, but his eyes softened the moment he heard Sarah's name. She never forgot you, Alina said, handing him the letters. Adam's hands trembled as he opened the first one. By the second, he was silently crying. I wrote to her for years, he said. I never got a reply. I thought, maybe she'd forgotten. They talked for hours, about Sarah's laughter, her art, her courage. Adam played a song he had written for her decades ago, one he had never performed for anyone else. When the last note faded, Alina whispered, she would have loved that. Adam smiled, through tears. She already did. Before Alina left, Adam gave her something in return, an old cassette tape labeled For Sarah. It was a song he had recorded when they were young, but never sent. Driving home, Alina played it. The melody filled the car, soft and haunting, as her mother's voice echoed in her memory. It felt like two lost hearts were finally saying goodbye through her. Months later, Alina turned her mother's letters into a book, Love, Unsent. It became a quiet bestseller, not because it was grand or glamorous, but because it was real. In the dedication, she wrote, For my mother, who taught me that love doesn't fade, it waits to be found. And for the words we never send, may they always find their way home.